Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing extremely well. So this is the another lecture of our Java programming playlist, and in previous lectures we have completed up to data types. So in this video also we are gonna discussing about remaining data types. We are left with primitive primitive types. Those are float data types, boolean data type, character data type. Now we will be see those remaining data types very clearly. So we will be starting off with long data type. Okay, now let's talk about long. Let's talk about long data type. Long data type, which is used to store big numbers, which is used to store big numbers. When long is used to when int is not enough to store big numbers, then we go for long data type. Now, what is long? Long is a data type that stores very large whole numbers. Now, what is the size of long data type? What is the size of long data type? Now, 8 bytes. 8 bytes. Imagine if 1 byte equal to 8 bits. For 8 bytes, how many bits? Just imagine. We have 64 bits. We'll get 64 bits. For 8 bytes equal to, for 8 bytes, 64 bits memory. Memory is required. Now, what is the range? Just imagine. For 4 bytes only, we got up to 10 digits. For 64 bits, we'll get very large number. Very large number. Just 2 power. What is the range? This is the range you will get. 2 power 63 2 plus 2 power 63 minus 1. This is the range of long data type. So, when to use long? The number is too large. The number is too large for an int. It is not going to deal. If the int is not able to deal those type of range, then we go for this long number. Whenever we are dealing with large file size, timestamps are counting a huge number of records, that time we'll go for long data type. Okay. So I will show you practically in Eclipse. See, here. This is the long data type. See, long. At the end, see, long is out of range. See, we can store big numbers into long data type. This is the valid thing. At the end of you should use L, small l or capital L. It tells to the compiler it is a long data type. That is valid because this is the in between the range of minus 2 power 63 to plus 2 power 63 minus 1. So this is the valid one. L1 is I1 is the valid one. Now same, we can't store here. We can't able to store boolean type of data, floating type of data also we can't able to store. So why we need to add L at the end of the number? Because if you didn't give L, otherwise Java treats the number as int by default. If you must add L or small l or capital L at the end of the large values, then only Java treats the number belonging to the long data type. Otherwise it treats it as by default it belonging to integer type. Okay, for these two we'll get error. One is that is incompatible data type because those are floating and boolean values. Now coming to same coming to default value default value for long. Same, if you didn't assign a value to long instance variable, Java gives it a default value that is 0. 0. For long also, default value is 0. Same, for local variables, it won't create any default value. For instance variables only, we'll get default value as 0. Same example here, in place of short, just mention long. We'll get default value for long. Default value long. Now I'm gonna commenting this. See, observe here. The default value for long data type is 0. That is for instance variables only. Now I hope you guys clear up to integer type. Now we will move to floating data types. Floating. We have two types. One is float data type, another one is double data type. Now why we need to move floating points means whenever you want to store numbers with decimal points, no, that time you use floating point types in Java. Float is used for small decimal numbers and this double is used for large decimal numbers. That means more precision. Okay, that time you can go for double. Now what is float? Float is used to store decimal numbers with less precision. Okay, what is the size of float? Size is 4 is the size. What is the size of float? 4 bytes is the size of float data type. Okay, what is the precision for floating data type? About to 6 to 7 decimal digits we can store. Okay, whenever you are using floating data type, why you must add a small uppercase f or small f at the end of the values, otherwise it gives an error. Because Java by default it treat as double type. By default it treat as, see here, we'll see in this example, Java by default it treats as double float. See, FLO 80 float. See, I didn't give anything, I didn't mention anything. See, we are getting error. We'll get error. Cannot convert from double to float. Cannot convert from double to float because at the end of the number I didn't mention f. That's why we got error here. See, See, 10.586. So you must add small f, either small f or capital F at the end of the number. Then only the Java treats it belonging to floating data type. Otherwise, it by default takes as the number is belonging to double type. Keep this thing whenever you are using double data type. Whenever you are working with double float data type, you should give at the end of the number small f or capital F. That's it. Okay. Now here also same story. We can't able to store character type boolean values. We can able to store only floating type of data types up to the range only. In between the range only, we can able to store numbers. Now, what is the default value for this? What is the default value for this? Default value. Default value for this float is 0.0 because it is floating, right? Decimal points, right? For that 0.0 we will get. We'll see practically. We'll see. Just mention FLO 80 float. And the example. See, default value is 0.0. For local variables, it won't create. It creates only for instance variable. Same story. Now, we'll be moving with double data type. Double. Now, what is double? Double is used for large decimal numbers or when more accuracy is needed. That time we'll go for double. What is the size of double? 8 bytes. 8 bytes is the double data type. Size of double data type. And precision is about 15 to 16 decimal digits we can store. Precision means after this point is there, after this point we can able to store 10 to 15 to 16 digits we can able to store. Okay. Now it is the default type for decimal numbers in Java. Default type decimal numbers Java. Okay. Now same, you should use double here. Okay. Same for default value for double is 0.0 is is the is the default value for double. Now we will be moving with character data types. We will be moving with char data type. What is char data type? Char is used to store single character. We can able to store single character inside char data type. Like it may be a digit, number, symbol, whatever it may be. We can able to store only single character. Now, what is the size for this character? 2 bytes. 2 bytes. That means 16 bits. 60 bits. Why only 2 bytes means? Because Java uses Unicode, not ASCII values, that allows it to store all characters, not just in English. Okay. Now the range for this char data type is 0 to 65,535. 0 to 65,535. This is the range for this character data type. We can store alphabets, numbers, special characters, even emojis also we can store inside the character type. Keep this in your mind. Now, we quickly move to Eclipse. Eclipse. See, I'm gonna reviewing everything here. Before that, we'll move to what is the default value for char? Default char value for char. See, this one. Small space. Small space is the default value for character. Keep this in your mind. For local variables, it won't assign any default value. For instance variables only, we'll get default value. Keep this in your mind. Now, this is the example. CH, no, CH here, CH3 equal to, I'm giving capital A. See, we are getting Unicode character, right? A, CH3. Now, this is valid. Now, I'm gonna storing 65, 65. See, we are getting A here. 66, we'll get B as output. Now, what is the Unicode characters starts from, what is the ASCII value for A means? 65 is the uppercase letter A. 66 is the ASCII value for B. Like for small alphabets, no, it starts from 95. For lowercase letters, it starts from 95. See, sorry, 97. 95 is for underscore. Okay, now we can't able. So see here. Can I give like this? No, we can't able to give like this because cannot convert from string to character type. It treated as string. It should be enclosed in single quotations only. Okay. So now I hope you guys got a clear idea regarding char data type. Now the default value is null character. It look empty. Okay. Now we'll go for boolean data type. Boolean is used for logical values. It can store either true or false. That's it. Now, the size of Boolean data type is not fixed because it varies from JVM. It depends on JVM. Mainly, we can say the the size of Boolean data type is, we can say, bit because it stores either true or false. Only one data, either true or false. That's why I can say default size of Boolean data type is 1 bit. But for this, the default value is Boolean. For this, the default value is Boolean. We'll see. We'll see practically. See, the default value is Boolean for false for Boolean data type. I hope you guys got clear idea about Boolean data type also. Just if you want store Boolean type, just place Boolean instead of character data type. Here, just place false or true. That's it. Now, I hope 8 primitive data types will get clarity on these 8 primitive data types. Now we are left with non-primitive data types concepts. Non-primitive data type means these includes string, arrays, non-primitive, non-primitive includes arrays, strings, etc. 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 They stores reference to the objects. No, those are called non-primitive data types. All the class name and interface names comes under non-primitive data types. What is the default value for non-primitive data types? Null is the default value for this non-primitive data types. Keep these points in your mind. That's it. I hope you guys got clear idea about primitive data types. I hope you guys able to see this. If you really understood everything at the end of the lecture, please drop a comment. I understood in the comment section so that I get the belief that you guys are doing understanding really, and you get more that I get motivation that I came back and record these videos. So please do consider and dropping the comment that I understood. If you are new to our channel, please do consider subscribe to us. If you haven't checked out our playlist, please go and check out.